All right, all right, all right, people. We are live right now. We are. This is a very special episode. This is we call this overtime. Basically, this is basically a show where we talk. We kind of concentrate. Obviously, our main show is on Monday. Even, even though, are we gonna be able to do one next Monday?
Yeah.
Because you know that that's when I'm supposed to go get the sound stuff. You know that, right?
Um.
Yeah, that's when we're
mm,
supposed. Yeah, that's when we're supposed to go get the sound interface and stuff like that. We
Oh,
should
okay.
talk. We should have talked about this before the episode. We were just arguing,
Yeah.
like we normally do. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. So you. All right. So we do plan on doing the Monday show. Like normally the show's on Monday, but with this news, we kind of felt like it was right to talk about it now.
I had to do a hard time trying to convince this guy. Yeah. Continue.
Well, I mean, actual news happened. Actual breaking news happened. So it was go time. So let me share this out. Introduce yourself.
Well, yeah, you know how it is. This is the traditionalist 101. I stand firm to my beliefs, and I stand firm that we have to hold on to tradition.
Okay.
But no,
Well,
yeah, this is definitely a special podcast. I actually wanted to talk about this. Um, whether if it was yesterday or the day before, but I thought the appropriate time, was a Thursday because that was the agreement, and not you do anything, spontaneous. But it was just news after news after news after news, and like I was saying, even the past weekend, how there was just crazy news after crazy news, regarding sports, games, and comics. Like how I felt about the whole comic thing.
yeah, talk about that video real quick.
And but before I do, it was just crazy, crazy news. You know what I'm saying? And we just keeps getting update after update. With Kyrie. So that's why I said, you know what? While this is still juicy, we got to talk about it. Just like everybody else is talking about it. Like so many, YouTubers, they're talking about this, and I'm just saying we're being left behind. We gotta catch up and do our thing. So I had
Okay.
to do one on Thursday. This is important. We had to do one on Thursday.
Okay.
And but
Yeah.
but regarding to Superman, yeah, that podcast I just went off.
It's not a podcast. It's a video.
It was a video, my bad. I just completely, went off because, as you all know, I'm a huge Superman fan. I'm a huge Batman fan. And to see one of my beloved characters change, and for DC to use the excuse they wanted to give homosexuals a hero, which doesn't really make any sense. If Superman was straight, they could still view him as a hero.
Yeah, and if Clark Kent was if John Kent was gay, you can look at him as a hero.
The difference is he was already established. That's the
Yeah.
difference. He was already established. Why change him? And I already gave great examples. You felt this way. So many other fans felt this way. When a character is changed, there's automatic disconnect by most fans. By
Okay.
most fans. This happens in anime, this happens in cartoons, this happens in TV series, this happens in movies, novels, and comic books. When a character gets changed, or when a character gets replaced, or when a character dies, people get emotional about it. That's a fact. Because we've seen it happen. We've seen
Yeah,
it happen.
but
Why do you think people cry on movies? Why do you think people get upset when a certain character die in the movie?
because
Because they're
they're invested
emotionally
in the character.
exactly. They're
But
emotionally connected
but
in the character.
but but this is not an investment. This is
This is
just
not what
this is not an emotional investment though.
it is, because
No,
I,
it's
I
not.
grew I
No,
grew up with
no, 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 no.
Superman since childhood.
Okay, you grew up with Clark Kent since childhood.
It's still
Not.
Superman.
Okay, you grew up with Clark Kent, not John Kent.
Yeah, it's still Superman though.
I mean,
And
yeah and no.
and
Like,
besides, Superboy had existed since we were kids too.
okay, that's fine, but he was a boy.
Well, he's still technically a kid now. I think he's
Okay,
17 years old now.
17, but yeah, but when you're
But
17,
it's another established character.
certain things happen when you're 17 that won't happen when you're a boy. I mean, to me, I like look, Mike. Look, you know, I don't care, right? Like, so I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise. But I do believe, based on everything that you read, and good, obviously, I saw the video. Based on everything that you were reading about what their plans are, I do find the concept to be more interesting. Like I said, I think if you're just going to take John Kent and just make him Clark Kent 2.0, and he's doing the same thing, like he's saving his version of Lois. You know, he's, you know, fighting bad guys or whatever. I don't think, I think that's lazy writing, in my opinion. I think that's lazy. I think if you give his son a different dynamic, right? You give him a very different circumstance, and I mean, I don't know where Clark is at. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's dead or anything like that. But
No, he's still alive.
he's still like, oh yeah. So I would like to know the dynamic between the son and the father, and see if Clark is okay with it. You know what I mean? Like I think that dynamic is interesting to me. I don't know if they go that deep. Like, I don't know if they go deep like that in the comics, but I find that to be more interesting. The
You find
dynamic.
you find that to be more interesting
Hmm.
because why? Because you want to see how Clark Kent feels about it,
Yeah,
and his mom.
yeah. I want to know how this Superman deals with a very different set of circumstances that his father went through. Because obviously you remember Clark. Well, actually no. Actually, Clark came down here when he was a kid, but he wasn't born down. He wasn't born down here. Ah, crap. All right, I will be right back. All right, entertain the fans.
Ha, this guy. All right, so he is out. I guess he got a phone call. I don't know. I mentioned this to him before. Stay away from the phone when you're in a podcast. So I'm so sorry, everybody. But for those of you that agree with what DC is doing, listen, if you find it to be okay, go ahead. But you cannot deny the fact that probably most of you, if not all of you, have gone through emotions, whether if it was happy emotions, whether if it was emotions where, it made you disappointed or upset or melancholy or whatever, gave you a happy face or a gloomy face.
Hi.
At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure most of you have gotten upset when your favorite character either died or been replaced.
Okay.
You back?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What I was basically telling everyone was that if they support this, they cannot deny. Maybe most of them, I'm pretty sure they had a character, whether it's in the movie or cartoon, that has been replaced. They probably had a disconnect with that new character. Because I don't know if you ever experienced this before, but I mentioned this in the video that even voice actors, when a voice actor has been changed, a lot of people feel a disconnect with that too, even despite the fact that the character's the same.
I,
So go
yeah,
ahead.
like they did that with Snake. You remember in I think it was in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, a lot of people wasn't happy with that,
Yeah.
including myself.
But the funny thing is that they went with Keith Sutherland, who's a great actor, by the way. But it's like if David Hayter had retired, then I think people would have been okay with it. The problem was is that they just switched him out, and they didn't. I don't think they told David anything.
Yeah, I
Not
was highly upset about that because he's obviously a character that I grew up with too, and when they changed him, it was like, I mean, it's not. And look, people could use the same defense with this, like they did with Clark, because they would say that, well, this wasn't really necessarily Snake, this was his father.
mhm.
But on part 3, you still use the same character. You still use David as Big Boss on Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah,
So, and for you to
yeah,
change him now, it was upsetting.
yeah. So like my overall point, and we'll get to the Kyrie thing in a moment. But I guess my overall thing is like if I was that big into comic books, I would at least see how they approach it. You know what I mean? I would at least like to see how they approach it before I just write it off. And I get why you wrote it off. Like I'm not criticizing you for doing so. 'Cause I know you have your beliefs and stuff like that. To me, I just think if you're that big of a Superman fan, I would like to see how they handle this one under these circumstances, because these circumstances are very unique in this space. So
But
so
you
yeah.
already know why they're doing it.
Yeah, they're trying to appease gay people. I know that.
Yeah, that's why I called it lazy writing. That's why I called it lazy
Yeah,
writing.
but
Yeah,
you have to actually see the writing before you can call it lazy. If you want to call it anything, I'd probably say it's pandering. Obviously,
yeah, I
clearly
said,
is
yeah, I
obvious.
said,
Yeah,
yeah, I said
yeah,
that too.
yeah. It's clearly pandering, but as far as the writing goes, I would like to at least see the writing before I can call it lazy. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
come on, man! Like you know for a fact that a lot of the characters that you are a fan of, whether if it's from Street Fighter or whatever, if the characters has been changed, you know you would be upset about that.
No, no, not really. No, like it depends. No, no, like I like Third Strike. So it's like because I got like again, I didn't like the characters at first at Third Strike, but once you learn how to use them, then
They were
really
still
don't.
garbage.
I mean, to you they were, but that game is one of the finest fighting games of all time.
Yeah, but it has the worst roster of all time.
The worst roster of all time.
Yeah,
Okay, compared to Street Fighters, I would say probably yes because because 4 and 5 added pretty much every character. But if you compare it to the Alpha series and Third
Alpha
Strike,
3. You talking about Alpha 3?
mainly I'm talking about the Alpha series in general. The Alpha series in general. But like unlike like Third Strike had the lowest amount of characters in the game anyway. When you really think about it.
I think Street Fighter 2 had the.
No, no, no. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. Street Fighter 2 was. But even still, like, if you want to compare it to like 4 and 5, like it has a relatively small roster in comparison, and I do think that a lot of the of why original people didn't play Third Strike originally is because of lack of availability. You know what I mean? Because that game was only in arcades for the longest time
Yeah,
when the home market was booming. But
but
anyways,
but,
yeah,
but you still had plenty of complaints though. You still had people, complain, which is why I think one of the reasons Street Fighter 4 has so much acclaim, because of the most of the characters that were gone, they came back along with the some of the Third Strike characters.
yeah.
That's what people was asking for, from the get go. If you could bring me characters from Street Fighter 2 or Third Strike, along with Alpha and everyone else, like that's the perfect roster.
I prefer the gameplay of Third Strike.
I prefer 4, but it is what it is. But last thing I want to say, so we can start this podcast before you complain that we're going 2 hours. So everyone, you could call me a sissy if you like, but I'm going to share this, one last time for like 2 seconds, and we'll start the podcast. Um, Having, are you able to share it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this. Yeah,
Wait, are you still on this? I thought we're done.
yeah, this is unacceptable. This,
I but
this is this. No, hold on. I just want to say my last and final piece.
Mhm.
This is unacceptable. You cannot allow Superman, to go in this direction. You cannot. And I feel like DC is doing a disservice for their fan base. I feel like DC has neglected, their fan base. And like I said at the video, I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are homosexuals are probably upset about this too. Because again, a lot of these people probably would prefer the established Superman anyway. Same way, that's why I use myself as an example. I don't want a black Superman, despite the fact that I'm black.
I
I don't want a Haitian
I don't
Superman just
I
because
don't
I'm
I
Haitian.
don't.
Go ahead.
You're not gonna get a Haitian Superman because Superman is an alien. He's not human. He's an alien.
But you see my point though.
Okay, but if he's black and an alien and white and an alien, what difference does it make? He's an alien.
So you want to use alien as a reason why you could make him
I mean,
green, orange, or whatever color.
I'm only using what he is an alien.
So
What
so
do you
so
mean?
so 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 it
I'm
so
sorry,
it.
come on. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
No, 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 no. Wait, no, no. You already started this. I don't wanna leave a blank statement here. So because he's an alien, that means you could make him any color that you want, despite the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that
Cause
people connect them.
have you seen an alien?
Despite the fact that people have already visualized what he looks like, already accept what he looks like, and now you're saying that he should change
He's an
any color
alien.
he wants.
He's an alien.
That
What
doesn't
does it
matter.
matter?
That doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
No,
Cause
it
that's what he
doesn't.
is. Cause what is Superman? Is he what country is he from?
He's from Krypton.
All right, that's not first of all, that's not a country. All right, that's a trick question. Not a country. Okay, and Krypton, you have to be white. You have to just be white to be a Kryptonian.
Everybody's white over there.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what it was designed to be. Because you remember, I think Superman was established what in the 30s.
Okay, what's your point?
Okay, what do you mean? What's my point? You think they were making black superheroes in the 30s?
No, I don't know. I
But
don't
no,
think. I don't,
all right, let me make the answer clear for you. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. You know what I mean? Because the whole racism thing. I don't know if you forgot about that, but regardless of all that, at the end of the day, he's an alien. Like I can understand for characters like Batman, I
oh,
can
but,
understand if people don't want him to be black. Like because based on his story arc, it doesn't him being black this doesn't really make sense, right? I can understand that they don't want Black Panther to be white because obviously him being black is actually a important distinction for his character. I get all of that,
yeah, but
right?
that's based on his suit, not his skin color.
Yeah, but he's from a colonized African country, right?
Yes,
All right, then
but they could change that, right? Or
no,
dynamic, all that stuff that you're talking
I
about.
mean, if that's what they want to do, all they have to do is make it make sense. That's it. Like for example, Blade, his race has no impact on his powers or anything like that on who he is. He's just black. They chose to make him black. If they made Blade white,
I'll be irate about that.
yeah, people will get upset. But like, what difference does it make if it has no real impact on on who he is?
Well, you could say the same thing with Bruce Wayne.
No, because his father is a rich tycoon from the 40s or whatever. Like you think how many rich black tycoons were there in the 40s? If they want to keep it like real, if it's just a fantasy world, then they can change the color of anybody they want. But if your father is a rich white tycoon in the 40s, yeah, naturally he's probably gonna be white. A rich
Mm-hmm.
tycoon in the 40s, he's likely going to be white.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a matter of what they want to use the source material for. And but the thing with Superman that I find funny about it is that his skin tone has nothing to do with who he is. It has nothing to do with it. And the only reason why he was depicted as white is because like they weren't making black superheroes back then. At least superheroes that people actually wanted to read. And during that time, how many people were ready to read about a black superhero? None. Like so like I just think that this idea that a alien has to automatically be white is just weird to me. But we talked about this for too long. You have any rebuttal before we can start?
Well, that's your fault because you wanted to go on and try to defend this garbage. But
No, no. I'm not. No, wait. I'm not defending. I'm not defending.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not defending this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that I get the idea. At least they didn't change Super. Like if they changed Super like Clark Kent and made him gay, and just have Lois Lane be like his like girlfriend, like her best his best friend or whatever, and help him get dates. Then yeah, I can get the outrage. But this one, I just think that you just need to see how they go about it.
Yeah.
Look, 'cause at the end of the day, it don't matter if he black comic is a bad comic. Yes or no?
Yeah, a bad comic is a bad comic,
Yeah.
and this is also going to be a bad comic.
All right, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
this is also going to be a bad comic. So, my last and final take on this. I don't know how we talked about this so long, but my last and final take on this thing is that for those of you, I know probably most of you that are watching or that's going to watch probably don't give a crap about comic books probably or anything like that, or probably don't even watch cartoons, but I'm pretty sure every single one of you know who Superman is, and I'm pretty sure that even though you don't follow comics, or if you don't follow this guy, you know who he is. Maybe you probably would know what he symbolizes, and how
Yeah,
where he came from.
yeah. He symbolizes hope. He symbolizes hope. Not not people worrying about who he fucking.
Oh goodness sake. Get lost with that crap. Look, everyone knows who Superman is. Like I said, every single parent, every single child, whether young or old, rich or poor, everybody know who Superman is. He's one of the most iconic characters of all time, along with Batman. And you could add Spider-Man in there if you like, but Batman and Superman are like the two top dogs in my opinion of all heroes, of all characters. Everybody know who they are. And for them to be well established for all these years and to change Superman into a gay guy, I don't care. I don't care what they say. You could call him bisexual, whatever. If you're bisexual, you are gay. Okay, strength period gay. And I am disgusted with DC, which is why I am not supporting them for a good long while. But
That
anyway,
whoa, wait. That's not what you said in your video. You said you weren't supporting them anymore. Now
yeah,
you say a good long while.
I won't be supporting them for a while because
What happened? What changed?
because I believe what's going to happen is the same thing what happened when they were trying to push the Black Superman. It just didn't sell well. It didn't sell well, so you don't really see that many issues anymore. Like, people made their statement. People let them know that this is not what we want. That's not what I want.
Are they still making Black Superman comics?
I haven't seen one in like such a long time. I seen a black Batman, but it wasn't Bruce Wayne. It was somebody else, like his partner or something,
Mm-hmm.
or his apprentice, or something like that. Like, I didn't read the whole issue. Like, I was skim reading while I was in the store. But it wasn't necessarily him. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not feeling this. But this is going too far, and I don't like it. And hopefully, I will see petitions out there. Hopefully, I will see people not buy the comic and not support it, and let DC know that this is unacceptable type of stuff. So, I'm going to make another video about this also. So, stay tuned, everybody. If you're not interested, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. But I have to say my piece with this thing.
Are you making 2 videos on the Superman thing?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's start. Let's talk about Kyrie.
Yeah. So the second topic. Well, the first one, I didn't mean the first one to be a topic, but second topic, I guess. We all know the news. What's going on with Kyrie Irving?
All right. Go ahead.
We all know the news where it comes to Kyrie Irving, and we got a new update that Kyrie Irving will no longer participate, not just the away games, the home games, but even the away games, road games. He will not partake in any games. And I think he has gone as far as he won't even be able to practice. I want to know what your take is, or what you have to say before your take.
Well, the thing is that he actually released the Instagram live talking about it.
Yeah, I actually have it. We could listen to it.
Okay,
Like,
good.
want
Okay,
to listen to it now or wait?
Uh, yeah, go ahead, play it. It's not
Oh,
long. It's not too long, right?
it's only like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. I don't want to listen to 2 minutes of Kyrie. This
No, let's just I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it already, but for the sake, maybe somebody hasn't, let's just watch.
All right.
All right. So let me share this, and I want everyone to pay attention to what he says. and enjoy.
I had to stop running away from using my voice and using my platform to,
Can you hear it?
speak on what's true and what's mine. Nobody's going to hijack my voice. Nobody's going to take the power away from me that I have for speaking on these things, and don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. People are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect. And I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. What would you do? If you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming where I prepared for it. And, I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season
What's that?
thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, be able to use my talent to continue to, inspire, influence people in the right way. Like putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? This is
there
not.
we go. There you go. First
What's
goal
going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like I'm just a person who's being utilized as an example. For some odd reason, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS. Like just hearing the way people speak with so much conviction about what I should be doing with my life and what, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me. And
I guess that was it.
Okay, that's good.
All right. So I don't know if he just stops. I don't know if there was a longer.
That's all. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
So what? You want to go first or should I?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Now, me personally, I think that first off, for those of you who probably don't know, this is not a New Jersey Nets mandate. The New Jersey Nets are not the one that are posting this mandate. This is a mandate from New York, right? Where if you're working in an indoor facility, you have to be vaccinated, right? This is a New York thing, and it's unique because really the only there are a couple of sports that deal with it. Mainly, I don't know what the deal is with hockey, but I'm sure they have to do the same thing because it's indoors. And that's the most important thing. Everything if it's indoors, then at least in New York and California, you have to be vaccinated. So with that said, when it comes to Kyrie, he said that that people should hear from him on a podium. Here's the problem. When it was media day, where was he? He wasn't there.
Yeah.
He didn't talk. So how can you sit there and talk about platform when you had a platform, but you didn't show up? Last year, well, the last NBA season, he decided, you know what? I don't want to talk to you guys. I don't want to talk to the media. I'm gonna stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like what this comes off to me as is a player who doesn't like to be told what to do. So he's going to use any excuse in the book to justify his position. Again, if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's perfectly fine. Don't get the vaccine. But don't sit here and talk about how people have to assume what the team thinks and what your players think. Then we don't have to assume shit. Because at the end of the day, you're not there. You're not there. So clearly, and you said, oh, I don't plan on retiring. All right, that's fine. But right now, you're not with them. You're nowhere to be found. You're not there. You're as good as retired as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
He's not his teammate.
but you know why he's not there though.
I
You
don't give a
already
shit
know
why.
why.
I don't give a shit why he's not there.
No, you
The
have
fact
to
is he's not
because
there.
you
No,
said
the fact is he's not there, Steve.
okay,
That's the
but
thing.
it's not because of his choice.
I don't care. Most when NBA players retire is mainly not by their choice. Is either no one will pick them up or their body just can't handle.
You said nobody could pick them up or what?
No, nobody can either no one picks them for the player on their team, or their body just can't handle the 82 game season. You know what I'm saying? Like this notion that oh, like it's a my choice and all the other. Yeah, it is your choice, but it's their choice to not have this albatross on their neck throughout the year and having to cater to your ass because they've done it already. They've done it multiple times already. When you decide to disappear without telling anybody where you're going, when you have all like again, there's a book by this guy I forgot the guy's name. Let me look it up real quick. But to me, like at the end of the day, like you have a right to choose what you want to do. Like he has every right to do what he want to do. But I'm not gonna treat this guy like he's some type of martyr. No, he's just a guy who don't like to be told what to do. And there's been countless situations that he's dealt with. That's the main reason why he left LeBron. Because frankly, he didn't want to be told what to do. He didn't want to be in LeBron James' shadow. That's why he left. Despite the fact that before LeBron James got there, he was a fucking loser, a perennial loser, he was a great player on a loser franchise. Then then LeBron James come over there, and instead of I mean, you can just tell that he wasn't happy there because he wasn't the main guy. That wasn't his team. Then
Okay.
he goes to Boston. He gets his own team. He gets hurt, and they win without him. And everyone thinks, oh well, they'll be better with him. But were they? Were they? No, they weren't. And then he sits here and he says, "Oh, if you guys would have me here, I want to stay for the rest of my career." Makes commercials about wanting to have his number on the rafters. Then what happens? So like he gets moody, gets his mood swings, and then he doesn't even want to comment on his future. And the first step that he wants out, he leaves. Like come on, man, come on, man, like this, like again, there's he's done a lot of good things. Like don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, like he's someone who believes he's smarter than he really is. You know what I mean? Like like we're not gonna sit there and we're not gonna forget about the whole flat earther thing. Like dude's a flat earther. Like anybody who's flat earther, I don't want to hear your opinion about anything.
Okay, all right. First off, all right. Look, if he's a flat earther, fine. If he believes that the world is flat, fine. It's not like this was just some random choice that he just randomly said that the earth was flat. He actually, and like other people, gave good actual points of why they felt that way.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
So you're a flat earther?
No.
No. Where? Okay, I don't want to get into this conversation. Go ahead, continue what you're gonna say.
I don't want to get in this conversation either. This is all your fault. But he and other people brought really good points why they felt that the world was flat.
You can't have hey, Steve.
One of the reasons
Steve. You cannot have you cannot have a reason to say that the earth is flat when the facts are the earth is not flat.
Okay,
how can they have legitimate reasons why something is something when the opposite is true? So that means that what they're saying is a lie. It's uninformed. I don't care how intelligent it sounds. If it's not the truth, then it's not the truth. Period. It's not. Well, go ahead.
One of the reasons that they gave was there was never no one could find a curvature. I think that's what it was called. And when I'm sure many people travel around the world, a lot of people have, and not one person has ever said that they ever saw a curve whenever they were elevated up in the air. Nobody. And when people would use binoculars and telescopes and would watch a cruise ship, go off, into sea, you would see it, descend. But when you would put a telescope on, you still see the ship. So a lot of people gave good visual where all of us could see that, you know what? I could understand why they feel like the world is flat. It makes sense, but do I believe that it's flat? No, I believe that it's round because, based on, the pictures that were taken. Now, granted, a lot of people said that the pictures are fake. A lot of people said that, it's not real. We don't have a real true picture of the earth. And if they're right, then, I'll look more into it and do more homework. But, and, until then, if they feel like it's flat, it's flat. But that doesn't mean they're stupid or a bunch of simpletons or a bunch of numbskulls of every other topic. Like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'll do it. I'll do it. They're idiots. Continue.
Yeah. All right. So I don't want to wander off, but
I had the picture, by the way. But go ahead. Do your
right.
do your.
This is not a science podcast. All right. Like this. All right. Look, Kyrie Irving, for me, here's one thing. This is the reason why I'm defending him. Now, look, I understand what a lot of people are saying, that this is your job, respect the policies, respect the mandates, all that stuff, right? The thing is, it's not in the contract. It's not.
The pandemic is not part of the contract.
So who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
Who cares?
Okay, what do you mean, who cares?
If it's not in the contract, you should not have to abide by it. When everybody was in the bubble, did everybody participate in the bubble? No. Why? It's not in the contract, Havanel. It's not in the contract. So when people had the choice, if you want to partake in the bubble or don't, they should have the exact same choice when it comes to this vaccine. They should have the exact same choice whether they want to take the shot or not. Freedom of choice. That's what it is. That's what it is. If it was in the contract, I would be 100% on your side and on the league side.
But Steve, what the contract was made. His contract was signed 2 years before a pandemic. They're not going to retroactively put into a contract this and that. Like, there's a reason why the mandate wasn't in the collective bargaining agreement, because the players wouldn't agree to it.
Correct.
And but the problem is, this is not a like I said, like we said earlier, this is not a team issue. Well, it is a team issue, but it's not the Nets telling him, oh, he has to get the vaccine. This is New York State telling him this. And at the end of the day, you have a job, right? And you're the same guy who is anti-player empowerment, but now all of a sudden you're defending Kyrie for not doing his job.
Because
While you constantly tell players, oh, it's your job to play basketball. Yes or no?
Their job. It is their job. And if he had the choice, he would want to play. But they are not making him play. That's the difference. Let me read the article right quick. Or you have the article already? That's it?
No, it's not an article. This is the book that I was telling you about. Can't knock the hustle, right? This book essentially, pretty much highlights that, like that those players run that organization. They run that organization, not the owner. The players do. They're the one that picked Steve Nash to be the head coach.
Agreed.
They're the one that picked Steve Nash, not the GM, nobody. And this is the first time that the GM had to pretty much put his foot down. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be around the team saying, "Oh, I don't want to get vaccinated." You're gonna get your unvaccinated ass around our players when everyone else when everyone else is vaccinated. Everyone, like, I don't know if all their staff is vaccinated, but everyone else is willing to do their part to get the season going, except for you, because you have your beliefs, which is fine. Keep your beliefs at home.
Did Beal
and when you decide to get off your ass, open arms. But until then, stay your ass at home. Period. Stay your ass at home.
I know Wiggins got his eventually. I know he got his.
Of course he got his. He didn't want to lose that money.
Did Bradley Beal get his?
I don't know. I frankly I don't care.
Okay, so maybe he did, because I'm surprised there has been.
I haven't heard anything. So
there has been no story, regarding to Bradley Beal. I'm gonna look it up, later for homework and see what's the story behind him. But let's just stick with Kyrie for now, because I don't know what's going on with Bradley Beal. But like I said, it's not in the contract. And here's what I want to respond about you saying, oh, this is a team thing. It's part of the job and all this other stuff, and trying to call me out. Do I believe that corporations, should continue to do their jobs and all this other stuff? Yes. Do I think that players or employees should take over? No, of course not. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. But this is obviously a personal issue. A personal issue. This is something that you have to basically choose a side if you want this thing to be injected in your body or not. This has nothing to do with, any type of policies. This has nothing to do with any type of rule that's in the contract. It has nothing to do with basketball. It doesn't. This is about his own personal health and his own body that he has. And you want him to make a decision to get a vaccine that he's not comfortable in getting. And if you don't get it, you don't get to play basketball. That's not right. That's not right.
Hey man, those are the consequences for your actions.
Because again, if we are going to constantly say that we have the freedom of choice, they're not giving him a choice. They're not giving him a choice, because
he has a choice.
Will not be.
He has a choice.
He will not be able to play.
Okay, that's his choice. That's his decision. I'm not going to play. That's his decision. He's not being forced to do anything. If you don't want to get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine. Right? What? But there are consequences for that action. If you don't want to get the vaccine, okay, don't get the vaccine.
Like so many
you're not
people,
going to play. But
like
you're not
so
going
many,
to play.
like so many people, you couldn't even answer the question.
What was the question?
If everybody is vaccinated and you are not, what does it matter? You're safe, right? You have that barrier. That's what the vaccine is supposed to do. So why are you constantly living in this hypocrisy lifestyle?
Steve,
go ahead.
I don't make the rules. Those are the rules that the Nets have to abide by when it comes to New York State law. If they say that everyone has to be vaccinated, they have to be vaccinated. Okay? If he has a problem with it, he should talk to New York about that. That's who you need to talk to. Talk to New York. If you want to play that badly, ask for a trade. Ask for a trade. Come to Orlando. Go to Orlando. They don't do no mandates in Florida. You know what I mean? I don't think they do any mandates in Atlanta. Ask for a trade. If you really want to play that badly, ask for a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. But guess what happened? Guess what? If these mandates still continue, even if he goes to another team, he's still not going to be allowed to play when they go to New York. And how are teams gonna feel? How are fans gonna feel when you have this guy who's either gonna be your number one or number two, but he don't want to play in big playoff games in New York because he don't feel like getting vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Like that I'm sorry, but I don't have no sympathy for him. He made his choice. He made his choice. If you don't want to play. Okay, if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's fine.
He wants to play. He wants to play.
Not that badly.
No, he wants to play.
No, not that badly.
Yes,
Not that badly. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. Because if he wanted to play that badly, he would have gotten the shot. He would have gotten the vaccine.
Didn't you listen to the? Did you listen to the IG? What he said in IG?
Look, Steve.
If the league, no. I'm not letting you get away with it.
I'm going to say this as plain, and then I'll let you talk. I'm going to say this as plainly as I possibly can. I don't give two fucking shits what he had to say about anything. If you want to play, let your actions speak for themselves. Go ahead.
Then he said, now I don't, well, I believe him. He said that promises were made and that you could also be exempt.
Yeah, with the league.
You could be exempt.
With the league.
Since that is the case, Let's both agree on this right here, right now. They lied.
Who lied?
The league.
How did the league lie when it's not their mandate? Steve, you don't listen. Steve, you don't listen to me. New York is the one that made the mandate, not the NBA. New York. If he has a problem,
end of the day,
not the end. Not
at the end of the day,
I'm not letting you get away with
at
this
the end of
bullshit.
the day,
Listen, Steve, stop.
Isn't
Stop
the Nets
right
part
now.
of the league?
Stop.
Isn't the Nets part of the league?
Yes.
Okay.
But they also play in New York, and they cannot operate in New York if they don't have everyone vaccinated. That's their mandate. That has nothing to do with the league. That has nothing to do with the NBA. So no one lied to him. No one lied to him. If like, and look at Andrew Wiggins. Look at Andrew Wiggins. Like he works in California, right? They also have a mandate. So yeah. So then no one's lying to these people.
Just because other people are taking it doesn't mean you have to. Let's get that out the way.
If you're in New York, you're right. You're right. You don't have to, but you're not going to play if you don't take it in New York. And if he wants to play, he either has to get out of New York or get the shot. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's not difficult.
Let me address this real quick because I really want to get this out the way because I know you want to make this short. Let me share this and show you what I also hate about this article. All right. Okay. So basically, as you can see, Nets won't allow Kyrie to play until he's a full participant. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm pretty sure you agree with that, but it says that let me go down a bit. Okay, Irving is currently ineligible to play in Brooklyn's home games in 2021, 2022 until he receives the COVID-19 vaccine. He could theoretically join the Nets on the road without getting vaccinated, but Marks put an end to that possible scenario on Tuesday. So this just happened recently. So we have decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice. See, this is the part that also pissed me off. He's not even allowed to practice.
Ooh, that was a hit. That was a nice hit. Go ahead.
Dude, pay attention. Pay attention. Look, stop neglecting. Your audience. All right. Pay attention. Pay attention. Focus. We have decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he's eligible to be a full participant. Mark said in a statement, Kyrie has made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. No, you don't. Because if you actually respected and understood why he chose not to get the vaccine, you wouldn't punish him. You wouldn't have punished him for this. And look, have a note. This is what I also wanted to address. You and this whole New York stuff, right? I really want to make this a point. Now, I understand where the Nets are coming from. Because, like you said, they have to follow the rules of New York. And New York has a mandate. Great. Understood. I get that. But, like you said, it's New York, which is out of Kyrie's control. He wants to play. If this was him without any type of outside interference, then I could understand why you would say to Kyrie, you are no longer able to play for this team. If there was no outside interference, I could understand that. I could completely understand the point. If he was pulling the same stunt like he was doing last year, where he would just call out of work and nobody don't know where the hell he is, or if he's out there partying, going to clubs, whatever it is, like what he did with his sister, I could completely understand your point. But we have outside interference now, which is out of his control. Which means he has nothing to do with that. So because of that, you shouldn't punish Kyrie by saying that you are not going to participate playing for this team when it's something out of his control. If you truly respect his decision, if you truly say that he has the right to choose and that this is the land of the free and that he has rights, but yet New York is telling him no, That has nothing to do with Kyrie anymore.
Can I talk?
It has nothing to do with Kyrie anymore. So because of that, the state of New York was responsible for it, not Kyrie. Not
Can I talk?
Kyrie. So because of that, you should allow him to play at the very least the road games. At the very least. Now look. I understand what you're going to say. You're probably going to say that, well, even on the road games, he won't be able to play in Toronto. He probably won't be able to play in California. So that's what Golden State. That's Sacramento and LA Clippers. And so he's going to miss if they allow him to be part time. He's going to miss even more than less than. Wait, hold on. He will be only be able to play. My math is not that good. He won't be able to maybe like 30 games because he won't be able to play any of the games in New York or in California for that matter.
Right.
Now, so I
Right.
get it. I completely get it. But because this is out of his control regarding with New York, he still wants to play anyway. So again, if this was his own wrongdoing by just calling out, going to parties, not telling people where he is, constantly missing practice,
I mean,
constantly late in meetings, then I could understand your point. Either you with us or you're not. But because he wants to play, but New York is not making him play because of their mandate, he should at least play road games because again, it's out of his control. Go ahead.
if he wanted to play, he would get the vaccine. Like, end of story. Like, I don't want to hear this bullshit about him not, wanting to play. If he wanted to play, he would have gotten the vaccine. Secondly, why? Like, I guarantee you, a lot of what the Nets' decision had a lot to do with them being tired of his BS, with everything that happened last year and the stuff that's going on this year. You have a commitment to everyone on that team. Okay, everyone on that team got vaccinated except for him. So he can come in anytime he wants, come in and out of anything where he wants, and then he'll play games where he feels like playing games. This sounds a lot of like the same BS that happened last year. It's just a different. Now he has a different excuse. Back then it was his mental health. This year is the vaccine. At some point, like you have to. At some point, you're gonna have to call someone out on their BS, and that's what the Nets have done with Kyrie Irving. Like I pointed out with the book with that book, with that book that I showed you, Can't Off the Hustle. Like those players run that organization. They do, and the biggest headache, and I don't know if it says it in the book, but it's clear based on the first 2 years. The biggest headache that they have to deal with is Kyrie. Kyrie's the biggest headache on that team. So like, why should they have to call? Why, like, they've been calling him for the first 2 years, and they're tired. And I guarantee you, part of the reason why they did what they did, because one, they realized as a team that you can't just have part-time players. You didn't pay Kyrie all that money to participate in 30 games. Injury permitted. You pay him to play the game that you have to play, including the playoffs. You pay him to win championships. Game 7. Brooklyn, Eastern Conference Finals, or the NBA Finals. You think that fans want to hear? Oh, he's not gonna play. He's not vaccinated. Do you honestly think people want to hear that bullshit? No, they don't. They pay money to see these guys perform, right? But if you're not going to, it's one thing if it's injury. That's one thing if it's injury. If he's truly dealing with a situation that's out of his control, then I have sympathy for him.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta interrupt you real quick. You're talking about, oh, you didn't play some games or play part time, whatever it is that you said.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you were okay with load management.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay with load management. I'm not okay with load management. But like, if a player legitimately has an issue, like with Kyrie, or not with Kawhi Leonard, because that's the one that's the most common known with that. He's had a legitimate knee issue for the last couple years. But if you're someone who goes out and pay and wants to watch these guys play, I can understand people upset about load management. I can understand that. You know what I mean? Because and hell, the NBA is not okay with it. Like, remember, I think the first coach that really started making this popular was Popovich.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that made it popular, and to an extent, you can understand it because he understood that playoffs, like it's one thing to have him in
Hold on.
regular
You
season
said
games
you blacked out. He understood what?
because he understood that he need these guys for the playoffs, and obviously the playoffs are where you play the hardest, the most physical basketball out there.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't have a problem with people if they don't like load management though. Like it just depends on the player, it depends on the situation. But but when it comes to Kyrie, that's not the case here. He don't want to play basketball. That he don't want to play basketball that badly enough. He don't. because
I
because
mean,
because because part of it is because I think, and I heard people say this. I tend to believe him, but he's been liking all these conspiracy theory tweets about the vaccine. So clearly he feels some type of way about it. That's fine. But if you're not going to get the vaccine, if you're going to believe all that mumbo jumbo bullshit about the vaccine, then don't get it. But don't pander and act like you want to play when you don't want to play that badly. You
if
clearly
he
don't.
if he feels that the vaccine is some type of dangerous you know thing for his body, then he has the right to feel that way. And I don't think that he's being malicious about it. He just don't want something to be injected in his body that he doesn't understand, that he doesn't like, and that he feels that other
Then
scientists, other doctors are saying otherwise.
all right, then
Because
then
look,
then,
because at the end
then
of the day,
retire.
having a
Then
look,
retire. Then retire. Then retire. Go
I
ahead.
already, I already, I already said to you, because you could, like I said, you couldn't even answer, but your response was and has always been, talk to a doctor, blah blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah, talk to a doctor.
Doctor,
And yet
scientist, yeah, whoever.
they will all say the exact same thing, that if you obtain the virus, like any other germ, like any other bacteria that you have, you will produce antibodies, natural remedies to fight off the virus. It's no different. It's not. And for
Who told you
so
that?
for so
Who
for
told you that?
who told me that?
Who told you that?
Oh, he's right here, buddy.
Okay.
Right here, buddy. Right here, buddy. So just to prove a point, antibodies are Y-shaped proteins produced as part of the body immune response to infection.
Okay.
To infection. They
Okay.
help eliminate disease caused microbes from the body, for instance, by directly destroying them. I would love to highlight this because I knew he was going to do this to me. That's why I had this prepared for you, my friend.
That's fine.
Destroying them,
But what's
or
but
by
what?
no. You asked me a question. Let me finish.
No.
No. You asked me a question. Let
Go
me
ahead. Go ahead. Go
finish.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
By destroying them, or by blocking them from infecting cells. One more. Let me give you one more. Just so you can have a clear mind and a clear perspective, my friend. Antibodies work by recognizing and sticking to specific proteins, such as those found in the surface of viruses and bacteria, for that matter, just to give you peace of mind, in a highly specific way. When the body encounters a microbe for the first time, like how we obtain viruses and how we obtain 19, immune cells produce antibodies that specifically recognize proteins associated with that particular microbe. Guess what, Havanel? COVID-19 is not the exception to that rule. It's still a virus at the end of the day. And we produce antibodies to fight the virus. So I am safe just as much as you are, because I got the COVID-19, but guess what? I beat it. I won. I was victorious. I beat 19. And guess what? If I end up having it again, I will be in better shape than before. Just like you, how you got the vaccine, and I hope you don't get 19. But in case that you do, you have the vaccine to take care of that job. Extra defenses. But guess what? I have that too. I have that too. And so because of that, I am safe. This puts us in a hypocrisy type of lifestyle. That's what Kyrie Irving is saying. He's been lied to. He's been tricked. He's been bamboozled. He's been swindled. And now he's being forced to take something that he doesn't want to take. Freedom is being lost here. Okay? And you could roll your eyes, whatever it is that you're doing. You could watch your, stupid hockey game, whatever it is that you're doing, eat your potato chips and ice cream. But at the end of the day, this is beyond his control. He wants to play. But because of New York, not because of the league, like you said, not because of the Nets, but because of New York, that's what's allowing him not to participate in these games. Not because of him, not because of his negligence, not because of he doesn't want to partake, not because he's calling out, not because he just wants to party, not because he just wants to stay home and play patty cake. No, it's because of New York. So because it's out of his control, he should not be punished for this at all. Under any circumstance, he should not be punished. He wants to play. And based on this article, even if he gets COVID, not only is everybody else around him safe because they got the vaccine, but later on, he'll be safe. So that's my piece. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I just debunked with this article. Go ahead.
Everything you wasted 3 minutes of my time. Did anyone? Where? No, stop! No, stop! I did not say anything. I didn't say anything to you. Right? Let me talk. Okay.
Talk.
You have. Where does it say anything about antibodies when it comes to this mandate from New York? Where does it say anything about antibodies when it comes to it?
Huh?
Does it say anything about antibodies when it comes to the New York mandate?
I don't understand the question.
What do you mean? Of course you don't understand the question. Of course you don't. Does it say anything about antibodies when it comes to the New York mandate?
I mean, it's pretty much.
I'll answer the question for you. No. Okay. Did he mention antibodies in his waste of time, 2 minutes of waste of time speech? Did he mention it?
Clips. It was 2 minutes. I mean,
I don't care how much time it was. Did he mention it?
Isaiah mentioned it.
I don't give a shit who the fuck is Isaiah. Who's Isaiah?
Isaac. I mean, the one from.
Okay. Again, who the fuck is Isaac?
The dude
I'm talking about Kyrie. I'm talking about Kyrie.
Okay, but show some
more respect. The answer is no. Okay.
Show some respect to these guys, right?
To who?
Go ahead.
Whatever. The facts are.
Something all right?
No, it's fine. Like, she's bothering me. Look, the facts are this, right? He doesn't want to play basketball. Right?
Oh, come on.
No. I don't. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play. He pulled a lot of the same bullshit last year. Okay? He pulled a lot of the same bullshit last year. He has an excuse now. If you want to, you know what the requirements are to play. Okay? No one lied to him. You said that, he was lied to. Who the fuck lied to him? Who lied to him? New York talks to him? No. At the end of the day, he was throwing a curveball. Right? And when you're throwing situations that are out of your control, technically, you have to adjust. They do it in basketball all the time. You have situations where there are things that you have to do on the fly. This is his situation. You're now stuck in the box. You either get the vaccine or you don't play basketball. And guess what decision he chose? He chose not to play basketball. End the story. Period. I don't give a shit if he has antibody, because I think he might have gotten the virus anyway. But regardless, I don't give a shit about. They don't care about antibodies. They don't care about none of that stuff. It was like at the end of the day, he has the goal. The thing is that he is mandated by the state. The Nets are mandated by the state of New York for him to get for everybody to get vaccinated. Everybody on the staff, I'm sure, is vaccinated. All the players are vaccinated. It's only him that's not. And if he don't want to do it, that's fine. He has the freedom to choose. But like I said before, a lot of you conservatives confuse freedom of choice, and you think that because you have the freedom to choose, that you are not inclined to suffer the consequences. That's not how this country works. That's not how it works. If you make a decision, there are consequences for your decisions. Okay? It's not. This ain't rocket science. It's not. If you have it, if you have a decision that you have the freedom. The thing is that if he was playing basketball in China, he would. I guarantee he would have gotten the vaccine.
Oh, get out of here! You don't know
you want to know why? You want to know why?
That.
No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because in that country, he doesn't have a choice. That's a communist country. He don't have a choice.
I think it's that way in Australia too.
If the governor,
I think it's also that way in Australia now.
Maybe, but in China, we all know how China is. In that country, you don't have a choice. All right, and you have other communist countries where you don't have a choice. Russia, no choice. If the government wants you to do something, they're gonna want you to play. In this country, you have a choice. You have a choice to do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, if you have to make, there's a mandate in the place that you're living in where they feel like they have to, they're trying to curb this virus. They're trying to stomp this virus, right? And the best way to stop any virus is with a vaccine. We've seen this all throughout our lives, right? If you don't want to take it, that's fine. But you have the freedom to not take the vaccine. But that doesn't excuse you from any type of punishment that you would get from not taking it. That doesn't mean that the company should have to pay you. I'll tell you right now. This is gonna spark a lot of debate. If I were the Nets, I would already have cut. I would have released them. I would have released them. I would have bought him out. Not because he didn't take the vaccine. It's because of everything that he put my organization through last year, and then with this year. I guarantee you.
While you're talking, share my my screen real quick.
Okay.
There's a response to what you said.
Okay. Me personally, I would have gotten rid of him. In my opinion,
this is exactly what you be missing.
That's fine. Okay. They have two guys who are better than him. They have two guys on that team that are better than him.
Let me tell you why everything you said is just complete asinine. We're talking about somebody who scored 26. Look, see, like with the whole antibodies article, this one right here, I had everything prepared for you. So 26.
You were wrong. And you're wrong then, and you were wrong there, and you're going to be wrong here.
If you said you believe in science.
I do believe in science. You said you believe in science, but that has nothing to do with what his situation is. It has nothing to do with you're making excuses for him. That's what you're doing. You're making excuses for him.
26.9 points per game. Mm-hmm. 4 point. I know you can see this. Don't lie like you can't see this.
I see all of it.
4.8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
6 assists.
Mm-hmm.
57.6 and field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have any other stats. They don't have everything.
No, look, no one's saying he's not a great player.
Okay. No. You just said that you would cut him.
Yes, I would.
Because he chooses not to participate in taking the vaccine. That's what you're saying. Look. Let me finish. Not because of his play style. Not because he sucks. No. It's none of those reasons. It's because of personal reasons why you want to cut him. It's because of personal reasons. Because the player that I'm paying for doesn't want to play.
So why do I want him on my team?
Stop
If
saying
you,
that. He
if you
wants to
don't, if
play.
you, no,
He
you
wants to
don't.
play.
No, you don't. No, you don't. If he wanted to play, he would be there right now. But he's not there. He don't want to play. If you're not on the court, you don't want to play. Period.
Give me a break. That is
And,
so
and,
not
besides,
true.
and besides, there are 2 players on that team that are better than him. They should be fine. They should be fine.
You know what? You know what's funny? I'm not happy that this is happening to Kyrie, but at the very
I'm
least,
very happy this happened to Kyrie.
yeah, of course, you are. This is why I said you have fake sympathy for people when it comes to their job. So
No,
let me continue.
because I'm a Heat fan. I'm a Heat fan.
Like the Heat's going to beat the Bucks or the seven, or they might be 76ers, but like they're going to beat the Bucks. Like, get out of here, man.
Well, I mean, we beat them last time, and we got Kyrie and we got Kyle Lowry, so we're good. So yeah, like you haven't been watching this team play preseason. They look good. They look good. I'm telling you,
So now they're a championship team because of Larry.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. All I'm saying is that you have a very good point guard. We all know Kyle Lowry is a very good point guard. Yes or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Obviously, you have Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo, I think he's gonna be better next year, right? And the guy, I'm telling you, this guy is gonna be. I think he's gonna be big time. Tyler Hero.
Hero. I know you're gonna say Hero.
Yeah, Tyler Hero. I'm telling you, man, that dude's gonna be big time this year. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but saying him and what's his name, the other 3-point shooter guy,
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan. Tim Duncan.
Let's go.
Okay. Focus. I almost said Tim Duncan. Yeah, Robinson.
Yeah.
I think people were over exaggerating, saying they were going to be the new Smash Brothers. I mean, the new Splash Brothers.
No.
I thought they were going way too far.
No.
But here's what I'm saying though.
Mm.
All this is what the Nets are going to be missing for the whole entire season because of what New York's mandates is.
Mm-hmm.
If they were smart, because it's out of his control. Because it's out of his control.
It is within his control. But go ahead.
No, it's out of his control
No,
because this is New York's mandate.
Okay.
New York's mandate.
Okay.
So because of that, they should allow him to play road games. Because of that, they should allow him to play road games. I don't 100% agreed with you and everybody else in the media if this was his own doing.
It is his own doing. It is his own doing. Look. I didn't look at Andrew Wiggins, right? All the same bullshit. Oh, it's a religious choice, religious exemption, all this other bullshit, right? At the end of the day, he got the vaccine. Okay? He sucked it up. He said, you know what? Let me stop using these excuses. Let me take the vaccine. Okay? He made a choice. He had all the same bullshit excuses that Kyrie came up with. But guess what? He decided, you know what? I'm just going to take the vaccine. I'm sure he's not happy about it. He has every right not to be happy about it.
Yeah, because he's being forced. If he wants to make his money now, he's forced to take it.
No, he's in the exact same situation as Kyrie. He could have easily had not taken it and would have and I mean Golden State would have been just as well off because look, Andrew Wiggins, he's a good player, but he ain't nobody. He ain't Kyrie.
Okay, that's fine. But when you it's like this is almost like as if they made this into a law. Why don't you might as well call it compulsory. Like how the hell are you going to punish a guy for saying that yes, you have the freedom of choice, but yet if I don't pick the option that you want me to, you're going to punish me for not taking the vaccine.
Look, at the end of the day, like those are the options. Those are the options. Those are the options, and some options are more fair than others. But those are the options that everyone deal with that in life. Everyone deal with that in life. Okay, take me for example. If I decide to go out on a Saturday night and I have to work Sunday morning, like I have a choice to make. Either I can go out. Not listen to what I'm saying. If I choose to go out at night, then and I get home 2-3 o'clock in the morning, what am I gonna do? I have to suck it up, deal with it, and wake up whenever time I can't tell the boss, oh, I was out all night. Like I can't come into work. No. Like I have a decision to make. I make choices, and there are consequences for some of my actions. Same thing goes with him. if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's fine. But based on the state that you're living in, like they have a mandate, and I do think part of it is that they don't want to have a guy come in, part time. They don't want part time player. They didn't pay him to be a part time player. They paid him to win championships. And you're not helping your team win championships if you're only going to play 30%. If you're only going to play 30% of the games, you're not like it's not going to work that way.
No, yeah, that again, I understand. I just think there's just a difference.
And then also imagine this, right? Set yourself in this mindset. Imagine if KD gets hurt, if Harden gets hurt, right? If any player for that matter on that team gets hurt, right? And then you're like, because you don't want to get vaccinated, like that. Like I don't give a shit what Kevin Durant says. I don't care what James Harden says. At the end of the day, they're gonna feel some type of way about him if that's the case.
Steve Nash still supports him.
Oh come on! Like he's putting on a brave face. Like you think that someone who he's thrown under the bus multiple times already is just going to, like, he's doing it to save face. I guarantee you that he's not the biggest fan of Kyrie. I guarantee you he's not. Partly because he basically already undermined him, saying that, oh, we don't really have a coach. Like we just we kind of police ourselves. That's what Kyrie said.
Wait,
right?
Kyrie said what?
Kyrie pretty much said, like, we don't really have a coach. We have, we all pretty much police ourselves. Like I don't think he was trying to demean Steve Nash, but that's what it came off as. But imagine if this team is riddled with injuries, and yet you have this guy who's only going to play on road games with you. Like he's a part-time player. And you have guys hurt, and it's like you have a big home game against a big rival, but he can't play because he doesn't get a shot. And as someone who's taken the vaccine, it's literally like 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Is you bro? Like the waiting time is long. Is long. Like the waiting time because they're doing everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
But the shot itself is 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Have you taken the shot?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I have. I'm telling you, it's 2 seconds.
No. I said. Oh, I wasn't being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being sarcastic.
No. I wasn't being sarcastic.
It's 2 seconds.
Like that.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay. One last point. Because I think we're already up in an hour.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Two things. You see where it says I think I already read this already, but we have decided. Can you still see this?
I can kind of see it, but
can't you do a full screen on your StreamYard?
Let me see. Yeah, I can.
Okay,
but I don't. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's much better. Okay, where am I reading?
Oh my goodness, you didn't know that, man. Oh, come on. Oh gosh. Okay, I think I read this part already, but it basically said we have decided Kyrie will not play or practice with the team. Yeah, I read this already.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Until he is eligible to be a full participant. Obviously, that means until he takes the vax. That's what it basically means.
Yeah.
Until you take the vaccine, which means
or if they remove the mandate.
They're not. New York's not doing that.
I mean, it depends. Like if it depends. If they can get the COVID thing if they feel like they can get the COVID thing under control, then I think they'll remove the mandate.
Man, that New York is full left. They're not going to. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. But here it says, Mark said in his statement. So again, he has to be eligible to be a full participant, which means takes the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie has made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose.
Yeah. No,
bunch,
it's true. It's true
a
because
bunch,
oh crap, come on.
a bunch of horse manure. That's what that is.
No, it's legit.
Look,
It's legit because at the end of the day, they could have forced them to take it. Cause do you think that Andrew Wiggins was you think Andrew Wiggins actually wanted to take the vaccine? No, I guarantee you, that some of the people in the organization forced him to take it.
I guarantee the reason why he decided to take it because he knew he was expendable. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why.
Absolutely, he's expendable. Why?
That's why.
Because he is. Is he? Is he not? Is he not?
That's the only reason. That's the only reason. He had no choice. He had no choice. He's not. Now, a lot of people would say that they don't think Kyrie is an elite player. I mean,
no. He's an elite player.
He's definitely an elite player.
Yeah.
He's not someone that you could just, I'm just going to trade him. Like, no, you keep a guy like Kyrie. But basically, this is the last thing.
I would trade him, but
whatever. This is the last thing. It says currently his choice restricts. I don't like that word.
Mm-hmm.
Restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate with a part-time availability. Again, I know you agree with that. I know you concur.
Is what I've been saying.
Yeah, I know you concur fully. I hate this because once again, if this was Kyrie's own wrongdoing by not showing up, by constantly calling out, by going to parties, by being irresponsible, then I would understand this. I would completely be for this statement. But because New York has intervened, and New York is the one that's responsible, for this mandate, you can't put this on Kyrie.
Let me ask you a quick question. You
can't. It's not his fault that he can't be full-time. So because of that, allow him to be part-time because New York is in the way, not Kyrie.
All right. So if he had done all the stuff that you were saying that you would say would be his fault, like partying, this and that, what do you think they would do to him? You think they would just make him part-time?
If he was what now?
If he was doing all the other stuff like partying and doing all this other stuff
and not showing for work, yes.
Yeah. What do you think they would do? You think they would just make him part-time?
Absolutely not.
No, they would get rid of him.
They would fine him.
They would get rid of him.
No, they would fine him.
No, they would get rid of him.
You can't.
No, they would get rid of him. If your party is if you're partying and all the other stuff that you're saying that he's doing, that what you're saying is the quote equivalent, they would get rid of him.
I don't buy that.
How do you not buy that?
I don't buy that. Not with somebody his talent. No.
Okay, that's fine. But if you can't be, you can't. What talent? What meaning does talent have if you're not available? He can have all the talent in the world. If he's not on the floor, it don't mean shit.
That's fine.
Okay. No. What I'm saying is that if it was his own doing why he's not there, he wouldn't be there. They would either trade him or release him. They would do that. But based on this situation, they don't want him being a part-time player. They don't. It even says it right here. But we're not going to have him. We're not going to have him participate in with part-time availability. They don't want people there if they can't. If they don't want players there if they're only going to play at certain times in certain places. No, you have to be available all the time, just like everyone else is. You don't get special treatment because you don't want to take the vaccine. Period. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One last thing. Here's the thing, though. If this was like you said in Miami or Orlando, he would have been fine.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because in Miami, because the Heat organization, they have a vaccine mandate. Everyone has to be vaccinated. Yeah. That's a Heat decision. Everyone, the staff, the players, everyone had to get vaccinated.
I need to do some homework on that because I don't think Orlando's that way.
No, that's why they're a bad organization. You know what I mean? Because they
get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, am I right or wrong? Like, what's Orlando done over the past 20 years?
They've gone to the finals.
Okay, what, one time?
Yeah.
Compared to what? How many times for Miami in that same time frame?
Okay, Miami went there. 5 times? Yeah.
Okay, all right. They're a garbage organization.
All right, all right, all right.
That's beside the point.
Yeah, I don't want to wander off and talk about other
Okay,
teams
all right.
that especially a team like Orlando that's the complete irrelevant team. I'm not talking about them.
Okay, that's
What
fine. But
yeah, so that was basically the last thing I wanted to say, that if it
all right,
were
no, wait. You didn't mention the whole if you went to another team thing, right?
yeah
Let's put that. Let me put this out there, right?
yeah
You have a team like the Brooklyn Nets, even with or without Kyrie, they're going to be a force to deal with,
yes,
obviously.
which
Now,
is what I like. Let me interrupt real quick. Which is what I actually like, because now we actually have competition.
okay,
If Kyrie were able to play, obviously the Nets would have won by default, which is what I don't like. But go ahead.
all right. But regardless of all that, right? Now, with or without Kyrie, they're going to be a force. Now, let's say Kyrie goes to an Eastern Conference team. Let's say he goes to Cleveland or Detroit or whatever bullshit place he goes to, right?
Mhm.
They play Brooklyn in the first round,
Okay.
right, or second round. He can't play in New York, so he effectively screwed his team by not getting the vaccine because he can't play in New York. He can play the home games,
Right.
but he can't play the away games,
Correct.
the more important games.
Yes.
So like, at the end of the day, like this is like here's my thing, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, right?
Yeah. You got into it.
Huh?
you really got into it, because you were yelling at some segments. I mean, at some parts.
My thing is this, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone has a choice to make. He made his choice. I don't care what the reasons are. He made his choice. Okay. Everyone knows what the deal is, right? Now, again, just to clarify for everyone out there and for you again, this is not a Brooklyn Nets thing. This is a New York thing.
Correct.
If he felt that strongly about it, he would have talked to some people in New York. You know what I mean? Like if he really felt strongly about it, he would talk to some people in New York. At the end of the day, in my opinion, he's not serious about playing basketball.
Let me just say this, Havinel. Come on. You really think a whole state is going to make an exception for one NBA superstar? Get out of here, man. Then
I don't.
talking to
If
the governor, the mayor, no, they're not going to make an exception.
If he's
for him.
serious about it, he would talk to somebody.
That's what's good as that will do.
It doesn't matter. If he's serious about it, he would talk to somebody.
That's not going to do anything.
It don't matter what he wouldn't want to do. That's not what my point is. My point is, if he was serious about it, he would talk to someone. Period. Like my thing is this: like at the end of the day, if he's more than okay, then to not get the vaccine. That's fine. But at the end of the day, there are consequences for your actions. And if you don't want to play, if you don't want to if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's fine. Just the thing is that you just can't play in New York. And the New Jersey Nets further exacerbated that by saying, listen, we want to have you here, but you can't be here on a part-time basis. Because that's not fair to the team. That's not fair to the organization. It's not fair to everyone else who had the nerve to get the vaccine. If you don't want to get it, that's fine. But it's not fair to everyone else that they have to get it, but you don't have to get it because you were quote promised.
No, what the hell, man! I hate this thing, man. My bad, everybody. Yeah. So, I mean, look, I get it. I get it. Like that. What you said, doesn't make sense. It makes it seem like it's unfair for everyone. But then it
is unfair to everyone.
But then I would just revert back to what I said before. This was a New York thing. Not necessarily a Kyrie thing. Which is why I hate when people say like that Stephen A. Snake. Which is why I hate people like Stephen A. Snake.
I thought you weren't watching the show.
No. So somebody who I was following played the clip of what he said. I wasn't watching this. So besides, I go to work, and I don't support that show anymore. Like I said before, you have a snake, and you have a chick over there who tries to points that nobody cares about. So no, that's a double no, not interested. But anyway, so you have Stephen A. Snake talking about someone like Kyrie who's oh, you're here to do a job, and you signed the contract, you're supposed to play, and you're being selfish. And I'm like, you're the same guy, you're the same dude that got Max fired, and you want to talk about selfishness. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, I don't want to hear that from him.
Yeah,
like, when it talks about integrity, when it talks about someone who actually is supposed to have class and respect and all this other stuff that you're supposed to conduct yourself how the right way, but yeah, you want to get somebody fired. Listen, I don't want to go on the Stephen A. rant, but that did piss me off because as I told you before, and I told everybody else, if you were at work and somebody set you up to get fired, you would probably want to kill the guy. You probably want to kill the guy. This is your job. Don't mess with somebody else's money. And you mean to tell me that this same guy, Stephen A. Snake, who signed the contract, got a radio show, got fame, is in soap operas, UFC, traveling the world, became the face of ESPN, is on First Take, a reporter, making tons and tons of money, but yet you have no humility and you didn't reach satisfactory. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Like, get the hell out of here. Like go somewhere and kick rocks, all right? Go choke on the chalkboard. Because I cannot believe that someone like him was talking about selfishness, but yet he didn't want to share that the show got, basically number one, and yet he wanted to get Max fired. The same guy that helped you maintain the show to be number one, but yet you want to get him fired. I just named you so many things so many blessings that he got for working for ESPN, and you still didn't reach satisfactory? You still became unhappy? Despite the fact that you have all these things going for you, making what, $8-10 million, and you still wasn't happy, and you wanted to get Max fired. So I don't want to hear anything about selfishness from Stephen A. I don't. But so back to wait. Do you have any response for that, or when we continue?
I don't. It's not. It doesn't surprise me that most gas bags are hypocritical when it comes to this type of stuff. Most people are. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's gonna give out his opinion. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It kind of, I feel the same way about Fox News spreading bullshit about the vaccine, but yet everybody who works there are vaccinated because Fox News' vaccine mandate is very strict. Everyone has to have it if you want to work there.
Yeah,
the same network that spreads misinformation about the vaccine. But yeah, everyone there is vaccinated. I feel the same way, but at the end, it is what it is. At the end of the day.
You feel the same way about Stephen A.
No, I mean, yeah, we all know he is who he is. Like like he'll say this, but that won't put the same energy when it comes to himself. I feel the same way about Skip. I feel the same way about everyone. Like a lot of gas bags. They are who they are. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah. So my last and final take was that that really did tick me off. And look, I support Kyrie. I really believe that he has the right to choose whatever he wants. And frankly, I really wish that if the Nets organization really supported with his decision, if they truly meant what they said, they would have at least have him play road games. At the very least, play road games, so that way they could at the very least have a feel of playing with each other. And the fact that you're punishing him because you didn't like the decision that he chose, because he didn't pick the decision that you want him to, you decide to basically give him the boot, and now he's no longer a participant. Until...
No, they didn't give him the boot. I would have given him the boot. I would have.
Well, he's not going to play any games, so I don't think he's going to get paid, right?
Shit, if I was them, I would have ended that contract.
You
100%.
can't do that, but
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, I support Kyrie 100%. This is the land of the free. Once again, if this was his own personal wrongdoing, I
he
would.
would he would have gotten fired. Like they would have gotten rid of
Yeah,
him.
yeah. That's fine. But because this is New York's doing, I don't think you should punish Kyrie, severely like that. Not to that degree. So that's my final take. My bad, everybody. We almost had to. Well, yeah, an hour and 30 minutes.
It's fine. Like it's shorter than it need to be. We're good.
Oh, okay. And yeah, there were a lot of passion, moments, So you did bring, some good points, because you do have to respect, whoever you're working for, and respect the rules and regulations. Like, trust me, I really do get that. But when it comes to like vaccines and doing something in your own personal body, I really don't like it. And it's funny how all these women are now saying, "Oh, this is how it feels like when you're trying to tell me what to do with my body." And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, man." I'm not gonna get into that, but you ladies sound ridiculous, because
I mean, they're not wrong though.
they are wrong, because you're killing somebody. That's the difference. That's the difference. You can no. Listen, we're not gonna go into this. Don't even try it. I know you probably want to respond. Don't
No,
even try it.
I'm just gonna tell you I'm just tell you what I think real quick.
I'm just
You're
saying.
right.
I'm just saying,
You're right.
You are killing another human being. That's the difference. It's not your body. You're killing another body.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess that's it for today. This is Hoovy 186. I'm out.
Yeah. So everyone, I really appreciate that you watch this podcast. Again, stay tuned. Are we still doing the podcast on Monday?
We'll see, because like I said, we do have to. I do have to go get the interface, and we're in. We have to. I guess we might as well do this afterwards about how we're going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Either you come in my area or I go to your area.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone, this was a really good podcast. My apologies for the whole Superman thing. That was just a huge passion that I had. but anyways, yeah, I really do hope Kyrie gets to play. But anyway,
I don't care either way.
But anyway, I really do appreciate you all for watching. Again, check us out Monday at 6:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Hoovy 186. I'm out.